All right, what's up, family? Hey, today we're gonna do this video, a little educational one and very informative one. Remember, as always, I love to say to tell you guys, broaden your vocabulary. So this video is gonna be called Pyrrhic. Now, as always, I love to give y'all a word of the day. So that's gonna be the title of the video and the word of the day. Now, if you look up the word Pyrrhic, it simply means a won or a victory, like to win something. A win or a victory at such a great cost that you say to yourself, was that even worth it? You know what I'm saying? Another thing I like about the word Pyrrhic is that if you try to spell it, the average person tried to spell it, like, you know how a lot of these kids be in a spelling bee, you wouldn't, it's not spelled the way it sounds. Like the average person would go, Pyrrhic, how would you spell that? How would you spell it? Well, check it out. This is how it's spelled. Pyrrric. Pyrrhic. Anyway, let's get to the point. Now, I started off with saying real estate, right? Let's say you really wanted that house that you always wanted. Watch how I explain how Pyrrhic is. Because we know how a lot of realtors are telling buyers, go higher, go higher, go higher. You really want that house? You got to spend more. Other bids came in. If you really want that house that bad, right? This is what happens sometimes. They keep telling the buyer to keep going higher, right? So let's just say in the end, you done went up on your offer 4 times, right? And let's say you got the house that you wanted, but you got it at such a cost that is called, you got that house as a Pyrrhic victory. Meaning, let's say the house was $250,000. They told you another offer came in at $250,000, so you went up to $255,000. And before you know it, at the end of the day, when you finally got the victory, it done went up so many times, you wound up buying the house at $275,000. You wound up buying the house at $25,000 over its asking price. So therefore, that would be called a Pyrrhic victory. Meaning, now that you got the house, how you doing? You got the house, sure indeed. You're happy you got the house, but now you got to say to yourself, wait a minute, let me pull up the value of that house, the actual value. You know what the actual value of that house probably be? $242,000. But they marked it at $250,000 and you bought it at $275,000. You wanted the house so bad and you believed everything that your realtor told you by keep saying, go higher, that you got your Pyrrhic victory. You see what I'm saying? So now when you look at the value, you say to yourself, man, was that even worth it? Wow, was that worth it? I spent way over to get this house. I think I did. I spent way too much. That's what you call a Pyrrhic victory. And I like to give you these stories because they help you to remember that word, and hopefully you use them words in your vocabulary. Let me give you another way to put it about the word Pyrrhic. We've all seen comedy movies, and some of us actually been to actual auctions. How about the times we've been to an auction and we hear stuff like this, right? An actual auction will go like this, right? The ones that's funny, right? The guy be saying like this, 45, 55, 55, 75, 45, 55, 55, got 75, 75, 65, 45, 45, 55, going once, going twice, going three times, 4 times, 40, 55, 65, 85, got 200, like that. Me personally, I'll be like, I don't even know what this guy is saying. If you ask me, I think he sounds like Elmer Fudd. A beat, that's all, folks. It's like, I can't even really understand what he's saying. But let's just say, how many times we've seen, like, let's say a person trying to buy a painting, right? Let's say the painting is say, starting out at $100. And then this person right here probably say they really want that painting so bad that the guy goes starting out at $100. And then it'd be like, $100, going once, going twice, $200, we got $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, and it's like, what the world? Before you know it, it'll be a person who wants that painting so bad that they're willing to take what is called a Pyrrhic victory. Remember, the painting started out at $100, so now they got the painting, but they got it at $700, let's say. Now, you got to say to yourself, they started it out at $100. You wind up getting your Pyrrhic victory. You got your painting. You happy, you got it, but you wind up paying $600 more than what it actually was listed for. Was it worth it? See what I'm saying? I remember you said
The
something.
money, like the movie Money Talks.
Oh, with Chris Tucker.
With
That was
Chris
funny.
Tucker, where they were going to
They-
bid for the car.
They was bidding for the car, and the guy was doing the same thing. He's like, he was saying all that, and they kept going higher and higher for that car. But remember, it was a Pyrrhic victory that they got, but it was also a hidden agenda because they had diamonds in the car that was worth more than the car. So although they won their Pyrrhic victory, it was even greater victory because of the diamonds that was in the car.
Exactly.
But I just thought that was so funny. So hey, as always, like to try to educate y'all, give y'all different words to broaden your vocabulary. But also, as I always say, use different words. And I try to, as I said, give you a story to make sense with what Pyrrhic means. Because even the everyday person deals with Pyrrhic victories. You know, you might be going to buy that car at that dealership. At that ad you seen in the paper for that car, that machinery or whatever, and other people show up, and then they tell you one price, they tell somebody else another price, and then next you know they go higher and higher and higher, and before you know it, you wind up getting that piece of machinery. You know, it might be that saw that you wanted, those guns that you wanted, that motorcycle that you wanted, that other car you wanted. And sometimes these people keep telling you a price that go higher and higher and higher, and before you know it, you get what's called a Pyrrhic victory, where you got what you wanted, but at such a cost that was it really worth it? Remember, that's what the name Pyrrhic means. P-Y-R-R-H-I-C. It means to get a win or a victory at such a great cost. You got to say to yourself, was it worth it? Let me give you one more analogy of Pyrrhic so it really sticks in your head. Let's just say throughout history, let's just say a warrior and his 1,000 men are going to battle with another warrior in groups. They got 300 men. So this warrior A got 1,000 men, and he's fighting warrior B and his 300 men. And when they go into battle, warrior A, he wants this victory so bad, where his men and his superiors are telling him it's not worth it. But he wants the victory so bad over this guy, he goes into battle anyway. And when he goes into battle, he wins the victory with his 1,000 men. He outnumbered them by a great margin, right? But when the battle is all over, the 200 men, he killed them all, but he winds up losing 900 men to do so. You see what I'm saying? So in the end, he wound up only having 100 men left. You took 1,000 men to battle only 200 men. And in the end, you lost 900 men just to beat 200. So you gotta say, okay, he won that Pyrrhic war, but was it worth it? Think about it. Was it worth it? You gotta say, no, it wasn't worth it. And that's what Pyrrhic means. So on that note, hope y'all learned something new with that word and apply it to your life, apply it to your vocabulary. And as always, subscribe, share, like, and comment. Peace.